Hello and welcome to this vlog post. I'm narrator and writer and actor Rebecca McKernan, and coming to you today from my rainy, windswept corner of far North Wales at the end of what has been a fairly fraught fortnight in the world of the world in the world. I bring to you a little bit of escapism, romantic escapism, which, if you know me, I don't tend to do that many sort of straight romances. Quite a lot of erotica, but not that many, proper happy ever after, keep most of your clothes on. Although not all of them, this is a bit naughty, romance. So today's offering is from writer generally, as a rule, I narrate with fewer noises like that, depending on the project. I bring to you today from writer Patricia Grasso, Daring the Marques. Now, I hesitated then, because you might find this book under its original name, which was To Tempt an Angel, but since originally recording the book, Patricia has changed the title of the book. So now you can find it in the usual channels: Audible, Amazon, iTunes, under the name of Daring the Marques. It's book one in the Douglas series. That was flawless, wasn't it? Me checking back to the name of that series. Yeah, no one will ever notice. Book one in the Douglas series, although I can't tell you how many books are in the series, or indeed if any of the others have been written, because I didn't Google it and I haven't worked on any of the others. So book one, it works as a standalone novel anyway. I am going to read to you just the first few pages of the prologue. But first, can you tell? Oh, there isn't a prologue. The first few pages of chapter one. Yeah, can you tell it's been a while since I last recorded a vlog, and I've completely forgotten my formula. So, first of all, let me read to you the very brief synopsis of the book. So this is Daring the Marques by Patricia Grasso. Angelica Douglas has no idea that she's the Countess of Melrose. What she does know is that she needs to support her family as a card shark, while finding a way to seek revenge on the men who ruined her father and sent her family spiralling down into poverty. Robert Campbell, Marquis of Argyll, heir to the Duke of Inverary, has no idea who Angelica truly is. He just wants to watch over her and make her his mistress. Angelica thinks Robert is simply a dashing rogue who is far too dangerous for her peace of mind. Robert thinks Angelica is an angel, except when she's being a pain in the behind. When Robert finds out that his own father may have been one of the men who ruined Angelica's family, he vows to keep a careful eye on her. When Angelica finds out that Robert's father may have been one of the men responsible, she vows to stay as far away from Robert as possible. But when danger threatens, both Robert and Angelica must face the truth and let fate take the upper hand. I did say that was a brief blurb. That was before I'd expanded the blurb past the first two lines. I'm a professional something. So here are the first couple of pages of Chapter 1 of Patricia Grasso's Daring the Marques. Chapter 1. London, 1812. He knew she was cheating. Angelica read the suspicion in the man's alcohol-glazed eyes. She was confident of her talent, so being caught didn't worry her, but drunks almost always proved dangerous, with the exception of her own father, of course. 18-year-old Angelica Douglas wet her lips, gone dry from nervousness, and felt a droplet of perspiration roll slowly down the valley between her breasts. Reaching up, she brushed a wisp of golden hair away from her face and adjusted the wreath of fresh-cut flowers she wore like a crown on her head. Angelica gave her intended victim a sunny smile and flicked a glance at the group of fairgoers gathered in front of her table. Seated on a stool, she began moving the thimbles around and around on the makeshift table that consisted of a board resting on top of a trestle. "Stop," the man growled. Angelica looked at him expectantly. He pointed at the middle thimble. Angelica lifted it to reveal nothing and laughed with delight. "You're cheating," he accused her, his foul breath making her stomach queasy. Seemingly unruffled, Angelica looked him straight in the eye. "Sir, you are a poor loser," she told him in an affronted tone. "Would you care to throw dice instead?" "I ain't throwing dice with no girl," the man snapped and turned to go. "Afraid?" Sorry, let me do that with a bit more power. "Afraid?" Angelica challenged him, making her audience laugh with approval. When the man kept walking, she shifted her blue-eyed gaze to those watching and asked, "Would anyone care to throw dice with me?" "I would love to throw with you," answered a voice in a tone suggesting intimacy. The crowd parted for the handsomest man Angelica had ever seen. Older than she by 10 years at least, the black-haired and dark-eyed English Adonis carried his tall, well-built frame with athletic grace. Though commonly dressed in black breeches and white shirt, the man had the bearing of an aristocrat. Sacred sevens, Angelica thought, his devilishly good looks startling her. She felt as if old Clootie, in all his sinful perfection, had stepped out of the crowd to lead her astray. Towering over her, the man stood 10 inches taller than her petite height of 5 feet 2 inches. Angelica tilted her head back to look into his black eyes. Long moments passed. The sights and sounds and scents of the crowded midsummer fair disappeared as they gazed into each other's eyes. Recovering herself, Angelica gave him a sunny smile and produced a pair of ivory dice. She offered them to him for his inspection. Their fingers touched as he lifted the dice out of her hand. A jolt of excitement shot through Angelica, and she wondered if he felt it too. "I'm Robert," he introduced himself in a husky voice. "What's your name?" "Angelica." "Are you a good angel or a bad one?" Robert teased her. "I was wondering the same thing about you," she answered. He smiled at that and asked, "How much have you won today, Angel?" £4. "Then let's set the stake at £4, Robert suggested. Angelica hesitated and worried her bottom lip with her small white teeth. If she lost the whole day's earnings on one toss of the dice, her family would go hungry. But if she won, she'd have £8 for her day's work. Ensuring her own victory wouldn't be difficult, but this man frightened her in some indefinable way. £4, Angelica agreed, unable to resist the temptation of doubling her winnings. "What's your main?" Robert asked, passing her the dice without bothering to inspect them. I'm going to stop there at that point, but things get heated. So if you'd like to listen to more, and in fact, I know it's a completely separate part, you can listen to the free sample, but that's partway through the book, so you might as well just listen to the whole book. Possibly I have a couple of freebies if you wanted a free listen, so just give me a shout. Otherwise, you can purchase the entire audiobook on, as I said previously, Audible, Amazon and iTunes. As I am no longer on Facebook, please do feel free to share this video wherever you may wish, preferably with positive comments, but all publicity is good publicity, so they say. Anyway, that's it from me today. Many thanks for joining me. Listen to me waffle on for the last 8.5 minutes. I hope whatever your weekend brings, it is kind and beautiful and brings you contentment in this rather turbulent time. Sending love from far North Wales and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.